Good morning. Wanting to start off the day right, as we're starting to move towards January, I thought this was a great time to start doing some goal planning, and I wanted to share with you some ideas that I'm having around how to go about doing this. So, trying to integrate, I do goal planning a lot, but I'm really trying to see about integrating this as part of my daily morning ritual, and wanted to share with you some of the ideas of what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm going to be formalizing this a lot more in my life. So not only doing some big overarching goal planning, which I'm doing now, but also integrating this verbally, emotionally, and with some physical activity, incorporating this as part of my morning ritual through some incantations. So one of the first things that I'm planning on doing is really sharing with you or expressing my vision. So the vision is really a time where I'm thinking about what it is that I ultimately want to create in my life, not just for next year, for 2018, but really exhaustively for my life. And what is it that I ultimately want to accomplish? And with that is being able to express my purpose. And so, this is a really important piece to this, because without purpose, and if anybody's ever listened to any of the Simon Sinet's videos about, getting down to your why, is really saying, yes, this is what I'd like to accomplish in my life, but what is the reason why? Why is this going to be important? And for me, things like personal freedom, and being able to be fully expressed and, globally expanded and doing everything in my life that I'm able to do is really, really important to me. So those are, beyond, just having all kinds of luxuries and money. It's really just having some of that personal freedom. So writing down my ultimate purpose. And then I think after that, wanting to discuss a little bit about what I believe my identity to be. So in concert with my vision and purpose in my life is, who am I? And you've probably oftentimes heard about things like affirmations. And in some ways, that's really what this is being able to sort of clearly state every day with excitement and with passion, with a lot of emotional expression, this is who I am. I'm a physical person, healthy, vibrant, energetic. I love people. I feel compassionate. I'm caring. I'm genius and creative. So all these sorts of things that you want to just be able to say, this is who I am, and yes, and I'm excited, and this is the way the day is going to be. This is the way my life is going to be, and sort of get revved up and joyful and all about that every single day. And so this is really sort of sets alignment and expectations and kind of orients or creates that coherence between your mind and your body. And the next thing that I really wanted to do is really talk a lot about code of conduct. And it's sort of an interesting word, because I think it's sort of a double-edged word. And we oftentimes associate self-regulation and discipline as being a negative thing, and something that we try to curb away from because, we feel that we have enough or too much structure in our workday and our careers with meetings and being, buffered by time. And so we try to stay away from anything that regulates us. And in fact, because we're actually using a lot of self-will during the day, is we oftentimes try to dissipate the negative energy at the end of our day with, a glass of wine, or vegetating in front of the television, or just, engaging in mindless brain activities with video games, etc., because we're just trying to dissipate from that amount of external self-regulation on our lives. But, I really feel that there's a yin and yang, or sort of a good and bad to all facets to life, including codes of conduct, or what I oftentimes refer to as self-regulation. And so I think by instituting a certain amount of discipline or parameters around the way we live, we can really, really excel. So when I'm talking about code of conduct is, for me, it's things like living with transparency, or a high level of authenticity, and being true to myself, with a lot of integrity, but also the people around me. So not living in just automatic pilot mode, or just giving rote answers to things because I think people want to hear it. So those are things that I integrate as part of my code of conduct. And then really what I'm planning to do in the next several days is really getting deep on my goals. We hear this all the time, goal setting, how to do it, how not to do it. And, you know, I'm really going to plan to put a lot of attention in this with a lot of detail. And not only for my 1-year goals, but also breaking those down into 90, 30, as well as my daily goals, which I'm probably going to be calling action plans. Based on prioritization, and I plan to create some videos in the future and sharing how I'm going to do this. And I plan to do this not only for my ultimate sort of plan in my life, but also for specific facets. I'm calling these the 7 key facets of my life, which include health and fitness, which is incredibly important for me. There is also going to be my emotions. What do I want to do and feel on a regular basis, which is really, really key. How do I want to engage with relationships with, you know, with my husband and with my colleagues and with my friends. The next one is really going to be about finances, is what do I want to achieve financially with my companies as well as with myself personally and with my husband. So having all of that laid out. Also integrated with that is about my goals associated with my businesses, and really laying out a roadmap about what I want to achieve on a regular basis. And the reason this is so important is that life can be full of distractions, news feeds, social media, people calling, magazines, things. Your life can just fill up if you just allow everything. So it's really learning to say no, and also being in control of what feeds into your life so that you can focus on the things that are going to help you to achieve what it is that you're looking to do. After that, it's really goals around my family, my parents, my sisters, and, you know, what I would like to be doing with that, followed by friends. And then, of course, a very important component for me is the spiritual aspect. Dealing with my energy. Again, at the end of the day, life is energy. And so being able to maintain that and connect with my higher source and being able to feed my spirit on a daily basis. And that is what's going to generate the vibrancy and the passion and the enthusiasm for all of the things that are listed here. So I'm actually really excited about doing and getting into my 2018 planning this year in a much more robust and detailed manner, and then being able on a daily basis to prioritize and actually rate how I'm doing. So what's going to be different for me this year is really going to be some much more thorough tracking. So being able to track how I'm doing based on everything that I've set. So this is an important component if we're going to see if we're actually achieving what we're trying to do. So there you have it. It is my goal planning for 2018. And I look forward again to building this out with you and sharing this with you. And I'd love to get your feedback on what you're planning to do for your 2018 planning as well. Wishing everybody an awesome day and stay excited.